I'm LaQuinia Chenault. A lot of people call me Q. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, currently doing business there. I am a legal cannabis professional. So what does that mean? I own my own cannabis license. Where am I doing it? In the middle of the desert. So the cannabis business was started when I got out of the military. So I served 6 years in the military, went to Iraq, got a little messed up, came back. The VA, they wasn't exactly friendly to alternative healing. So when I decided to get into cannabis, it was only because the VA wanted to put me on psychotropics or pills. That's what I call them, pills. I actually call it a cocktail because that's what it is. But mainly the doctor wanted to prescribe pills. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so I requested that I see a naturopathic doctor. They were still oblivious to that too, because at the time they did not have that. So I turned to a street pharmacist. We're not going to mention his name because when he went up on his prices for me, that's when I decided to start learning how to grow and cultivate my own cannabis in my basement. And so what got me into the cannabis industry was because there was no alternative to healing. It was just pills. You got me going.
I get the distinguished title to carry the combat veteran, and it's an honor for me to carry that title because I was in an era and I was in an area that was labeled as imminent danger. I was gathering my gear, and I noticed that I left my iPod in my office. That day, I didn't make it to my office. A suicide bomber had detonated in our fob. That situation left me with PTSD, but it inspired me to find healthy alternatives beside the cocktail of drugs at the VA. Washington State shaped my cannabis advocacy, and I was able to discover the power of cannabis.
So being a Black woman in the industry, there's many challenges, not just because of capital, but almost because of, what we look like. And there's a stigma on Black people in general, smoking cannabis. In America, we are 3 times more likely to get arrested. Now, me being a woman, it just put the stakes on my head like even higher. Because at the time, when I first started Big Effin Treez, that's my company in America, it's called Big Effin Treez. When I started that company, when I would show up to certain meetings, they would ask me, where's the CEO? Where's the owner and operator of Big Effin Treez? And I'm like, I'm right here. And, not only were they shocked that I was a woman, but they were shocked that I was a Black woman. And so I shook up the industry in New Mexico. So that's why I was on the cover of the Business Journal for cookies. It was just a huge debacle. It was hard to transition to, an industry where it's male driven, because number one, you have to work 10 times harder to be a woman, and a Black woman at that, in this industry. Like I said before, there's only 2% of Black women that actually hold a cannabis license in the entire United States.